Hi Potterheads, Prue again. So I went back to the park today, and if you're following my Instagram and my Twitter, then you got to see a bunch of pictures already. Once again, Twitter is Dear Prue, Instagram is Dear Prue7, because Instagram wants numbers. So today, I'm still a Ravenclaw, but I did go back with my time turner to the 1990s, which is always fun because I especially went with a grunge rock type look. And I think I succeeded. I definitely got a lot of compliments from the employees. I think only like 2 or 3 attendees of the park actually knew kind of what I was doing. Some of them were like, oh yeah, that's a cute outfit. And some of them were like, you're so Ravenclaw right now. And I'm like, yes, good pause before your compliment. I think it was a compliment. So, grunge rock. Starting at the top, you do the funky hair, a little bit higher. I have little clip-in extensions of blue, because that's the house color. And it's got these like weird little ponytail things in the back, which are highly uncomfortable, but a lot of my research showed that, so I went with that. Behind the hair is my denim vest. There was a lot of denim in the grunge 90s era, which goes perfect for Ravenclaw because it is once again blue. And then my pins, I had them on my backpack last time, and I figured I should probably figure out what's going on here. So the largest pin is the Support Cedric Diggory, the Real Hogwarts Champion. That is from Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, and described in the book, it's a black button with glowing red letters. Later on it changes when you push it into green letters that say Potter stinks, but unless people have read the books or really paid attention to the weird faced ones in the movie, wearing a pin around that says Potter stinks when you're in Harry Potter world doesn't really go well unless you're dressed as a Slytherin, because then it's green and it's fun. But, so I go with this one because a lot of Ravenclaws did support a Hufflepuff instead of Gryffindor in the Triwizard Tournament because they thought Gryffindor was being arrogant by breaking the rules and whatnot. Deep into the fan lore for you, starting out strong. My next pin is the Weasley is our king, which I shaped to be exactly like the picture in the books, or as close as I could get it. I'm really not good at drawing, obviously. I'm better at making things. But Weasley is our king. Slytherins made it to wear around when Ron Weasley was the keeper, and I just love the song. I can catch myself singing it under my breath sometimes. And I found out recently some of you do a different tune than I do, and I never put that together. However, that would be a fun flash mob, but not really type thing to do in the park sometime, is getting a bunch of people to just break out into song with some verses from that. Note to self, gonna think about doing that. Next, I last minute hand drew my Ravenclaw Quidditch captain, because I needed more pins for my look because there was a lot of flair in the 90s. And so I did this, and it's got the 4 balls from Quidditch as well as a fancy R for Ravenclaw. To go with Quidditch, I have my 10 Shield Tornadoes pin, and that one very briefly mentioned that Cho Chang wears it. It's a Quidditch team in the world, obviously, and I go with it. Ravenclaw support it. Next is my SPEW pen, pin, not pen, and that's social promotion for Elfish Welfare. It's the group that Hermione started, and I have a lot of these in each house because definitely I'm a supporter of House Elf freedom, if they want it. Next is the Beware My Biting Wit. So I made this one up because I really wanted to draw some fangs on it, and wit beyond measures, man's greatest treasures are a thing, and I needed something a little scarier for my punk rock look. To go with that, I found this pin, Sarcasm, just one more service I offer, in our colors. I didn't feel like painting over it because I feel like sarcasm is something that a Ravenclaw is pretty good at. Another pin I found with this one is this Rebel pin, which yes is the wrong colors and has nothing to do with Harry Potter, but I can stretch it because there's a crown on it, and crown is kind of like diadem, which is the Ravenclaw Horcrux, and yeah, just go with it, maybe. Also, punk rock, Rebel. We're gonna pretend it works. Next is my favorite pin. It's my Bitch I Ain't Cho Chang, which is from a Harry Potter musical, which is very near and dear to my heart, as you could see from my red vines in the last video. And that's Lavender Brown's basic line. And next to go with my Harry Potter musical is my Pig Farts pin, which is Pig Farts, It's on Mars. There's a rocket ship and my attempt at drawing the surface of a planet. And once again, if you know what this is, I know you love it. And if you don't know what this is, please go watch a Harry Potter musical. I give you permission to shut this video off. I know it's getting long. And finally, my last hand-painted pin is my Beauxbatant pin, which if I lived in France and not England, then that's where I would go. Because Durmstrang, you're cold. Southern France, you're awesome. And it was cool because I actually got to see the Beauxbatant dancers perform today, and they're so graceful and beautiful. I'm a big Beauxbatant fan. Even though Fleur Delacour, you deserved to get 4th place, you were a bad champion. I would do better. So yeah, those are all my pins. And then beneath my vest is the Weird Sisters shirt, which is the band that played at the Yule Ball. So in the 90s, with your grunge look, it's very popular to wear a band shirt. I mean, you could wear a Muggle band, but I went with the Weird Sisters, and I just got an old black t-shirt and an old white t-shirt, and I cut up the letters and glued them on. Basically everything that I got is from thrift stores, because I'm poor like that, because I spend all my money at the parks. So also on my costume, I wore a flannel tied around my waist, and it is blue and gray, which is close enough to our colors. And I like the idea of wearing the flannel around the waist for this costume specifically, because a lot of people wear the plaid skirts for their school uniforms, and this kind of gets that feel with it. Also, a lot of research pictures show flannels around the waist, and flannels are coming back in style now. I got this one for $1 at my thrift store. Then I also wore a tie around my waist, and that's what clued a lot of people in that I was a Ravenclaw, so I will probably attempt to keep a tie in all of my costumes from now on, just to see if I can, and because it totally went with it as a belt, I think. And then jeans and the boots, and that's my outfit. Oh, and my gloves. Fingos gloves. Should be leather if I wanted to be more historically accurate, but it's hot outside, and it's okay if when you're doing hashtag Hogwarts history that it's not completely historically accurate, because a lot of wizards don't dress correctly, as we learned in Goblet of Fire. I also have this fun plasticky spiky thing that is blue and silver, so totally went with the look. Security actually thought it was metal and asked me to take it off until I went like that. Did wear my Ravenclaw socks in those boots. I recommend if you attempt to do a similar outfit that you wear 2 pairs of socks, because by the end of the day my feet were killing me. So yeah, that's my costume. Hope you liked it. Like my video, or go to my Instagram and my Twitter and like those. And please let me know if you have any questions. I can't wait to go back to the 80s next. I'm also going to take down all my stuff in the Ravenclaw common room and change it up for whichever house is next. So prepare thyselves and go follow me. Let's go back to Hogwarts. forgot one more thing that I'm going to try and remember to do in my videos is makeup. Makeup and hair are going to be pivotal, especially as I get further back in time, because it'll be harder for me to do little details like my pins. Dark lipstick. I did like a brownish reddish color, very grunge. Blue eyeshadow, not exactly grunge, but definitely very 90s, and I felt like mixing them because blue. I know I've said a lot, I'm sorry. I'm just really tired. It was a really fun day at the parks, and I'll see you guys soon.